Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I think though, the only reason the only way a body shop would want that is if all they cared about was the price, and if that's if they were able to price it, right on Amazon too. But if all they cared about with the price, because they would probably get no technical support, no training, and a lot of those small single shops, I don't really know actually. I would think that's what they're the ones that really need a lot of that too, is the because I couldn't imagine them getting any support, technical support, things like that from the manufacturer if they purchase through.
But how
Amazon.
much technical support is required on the Allied piece, right? On all of these materials. I understand it's pretty important on the liquid piece, but how about on the Allied?
It's just as important. It really is.
Okay.
Yeah, for it to come out, and there's a lot. I mean, even for there's a lot. I mean, even for that, even for a lot of times they got to come out and help train a buffer, and that's usually what a lot of shops have trouble with, because it's a low paying position, and a buffer is who's buffing the car after it gets painted, and it's a pretty difficult task to do without burning the paint, messing the paint up. But yeah, I think it's a pretty big piece, so I don't know. Another thing I was going to mention, the only thing I sometimes not worried, whatever, but is I know the MSOs, as they continue to grow and things like that, and they're always going to want more discount, things like that. And there's only so far, only so much a manufacturer can give. I could see in the future, and maybe not, but I could see there could possibly be some type of direct model, a manufacturer would try to attempt to do to try to reduce cost, if it would reduce cost, by trying to ship direct to, like a large MSO or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see an MSO maybe entertaining that, it just depends how greedy they get, but with new ownership, new procurement departments, all those type of things, so you just never know. But and the only reason I bring that up is because when we were going, right before I left, I did our RFP for we were using 3M, and we engaged Norton, which is a Saint Gobain company, and we ended up moving the business to Norton. But I do know, some of those, I know that it's a thought in the back of their head that they definitely probably talking about and thinking about,
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense,
Yeah.
So I don't know how, I don't even know if I don't know. I don't know what the margins are like on the distribution side, but I don't even know if a manufacturer could distribute it as probably cheap as the distributors do for them, so I don't know. But I just throw that out there because sounds like
it makes a lot of sense, because in most industries, the manufacturers would take part of the distribution, and they would do it directly with the large clients, and then they would outsource part of that to distributors. And maybe the industry here in the beginning was so fragmented that it never made sense to distribute directly to anyone or to service directly. But it's changing, right? So maybe that is a risk if you are on the distributor side, that you might lose part of the overall market.
Yeah.
I guess you're in an uncomfortable position anyhow, right? Because once Service King Caliber is growing, at first you were selling directly with better prices. Now you're probably just like getting a fee, and the interaction is direct, so you're ready to get a cut there. And there's also the risk that then at some point it goes away entirely.
Yeah. But another thing they would have to think about is, say if they went direct, or just say hypothetically, Service King decided to go direct with, say, Norton. The problem they would run into is that paint job